Okay, one of the first things you want to do once you have the pieces out of the car is to I'm gonna go ahead and mock up the speakers and the amp here. Since the amp's gonna go right in the center, I think the wires for the speakers are gonna have to go probably like somewhere right up here. So I just want to drill a little hole that way I can put the wires through there, and also put some of this adhesive so that way it seals it. So I just want to make sure where I want those before I put the carpet in here. I just don't want to drill with the carpet because then the sawdust gets in the carpet. I mean, this is that pretty cheap carpet, so you know that stuff's like Velcro. So I'm gonna just put the speakers there, see where everything's gonna go, and that way I can run the speaker wires. Once you have your wire set up, so this is the spot where it's gonna be. What we're gonna do is make sure that this is clean. There's no dust on it. Vacuum it. And I do have the adhesive, so I have some here left over. I bought a new can. This 3M Super 77 works pretty well. So what you want to do is you're gonna spray it on the wood, let it get tacky, and then put the carpet. I do have to vacuum here a little bit. I do have a stapler that I'm probably gonna staple once I go over the edge, just that way it doesn't peel off. The other thing is you want to remember, you know, get your carpet. Like, let's say I was gonna be able to see most of the face of this box and the top, then I would want to make sure to start right at the edge, maybe on the bottom, and then wrap it all the way to the back on the top. This one I'm only really gonna be able to see the front. So I'm gonna be able to, I can cut it anyway, but I'm gonna try to use as little carpet as I can. So I'm gonna start maybe about 1 inch. I can fold it and staple it and then go over the top. So once you got your carpet kind of cut out wherever you need, we're gonna spray some of this. So I'm just gonna peel it back here. And just spray this on the face of the wood. There's not much left on this can, it looks like, so I'm gonna have to get my other one. But I'm also gonna spray the carpet here. And pretty much you just set it on there. I mean, this is, like I said, I'm gonna put the staplers. I got my staple gun here, so I'm gonna staple on the corner. This is just kinda, I mean, normally you can glue it on there, you'll be fine, but it's always a good idea to put a little bit of staplers in there. Yeah, maybe cover your seats if you don't want them to be sticky. And then I'm just gonna, same thing, spray some of this here. And just push it down. Alright, so I'm gonna go over the edge here, and I'm just gonna staple the edge of the carpet. Now with the glue, it will glue down pretty good, but this is just gonna make sure that if I ever slide this in and out, it's not gonna just start coming unglued. So then here, same thing on the top side. Now, like I explained before, if I was going to be able to see the top, I would have left the full piece and just glued it on the top, make it one piece, but this is as much as you're going to be able to see on this box, so I'm just going to cut here on the corners. All right, there we are. So there'll be the top of the box. Like I said, this is all you're gonna see. Once you're done there, you can cut out the holes where your speaker's gonna be. So just get a sharp knife, and you can go right on the edge of the wood here. Should be able to cut pretty easy. You can tuck it in, but sometimes that extra material is not gonna let your speaker fit in pretty well. So I'm just gonna cut it right at the edge. Put these aside just in case, I don't know, I need them for something. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the car now, and then we'll show you guys the bottom piece. Well, that's where it's gonna live, looks like. So what I'm gonna do now is get the bottom piece, and then and I'll show you guys a little bit later. So I already cut the pieces for around here, and I'll show you guys how I did that. But I'm gonna put little brackets on the bottom piece, so I'm gonna do that, put the carpet, but then I'll show you guys how I cut the pieces around and what to do in that case. So I'm gonna work on that piece since that's going next, and then I'll show you guys how that looks. So what I'm doing now is, this is the little brackets that I'm gonna put right in here. I'm bending them just a little bit because of the angle. So, you know, these are 90 degree. And so I'm bending them a little bit more because the piece on the back is gonna be more on an angle like this. So once I get this in there, then I look at the other pieces. I can bend them a little bit more, but I'm just bending them a little bit. Here on this side, it's going to be straight because this piece is going to be straight. Same on that side there. And then these are going to be bolted through this wood with the nut underneath. Actually, probably a nut on the top because you won't be able to see them, except this one will be the other way. The one on that side, I'm probably still going to do the same thing there. And then, so that's just going to be three here, those two. And there's going to be one here on the corner attaching one piece to the other. And I'll show you guys all that once I get to those pieces there. But I marked the brackets for the nitrous bottle here, for that one there. So I'm gonna same thing, drill the holes, put a bolt through, and probably put a nut here on top, and then do another nut on top for the bracket. Just that way I'm able to take it off, you know, on and off easily from the top side rather than having to pull the whole thing out. So that's what I'm working on now, and then once I do all this and drill everything, I'll show you guys. I'll put the carpet and show you guys how it looks. Okay, so I went ahead and did all the holes. I'm gonna put the bolts here from the bottom up, and then these are the brackets. I went ahead and welded the little bolts, just that way the pieces go on the front and I can just put a nut from the front, because there's no way for me to get behind it. And these are going to be bolted down here with bolts. Now these won't be able to, you won't be able to see any of these. All you're going to see is the front, which I got some nice little kind of like castle nuts, cap nuts on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the adhesive and put the carpet on this piece, bolt all these brackets down, and then we'll go bolt it in the car. So that's where it's gonna lay. You know, overall it's sitting there. It looks nicer already. So I have the couple bolts here. This one that's gonna be going down, and then this one that's just what's gonna hold it right down to the trunk. I do have a couple holes in the speaker box too that I'm gonna bolt down here as well. But as you can see, it makes it look a lot nicer. So these are all the little brackets that I put in here for the piece that's going to go back here on the side. So I'm going to show you next how I got those pieces done. And then, you know, it's just mostly using a lot of cardboard. So let me show you guys how I did that, and then I'll start putting it together. This bracket here, I'm gonna do it because, so this is kind of a sneak peek of the piece from back there. I folded it, but I wanna make sure that this is sturdy. The other side, when I folded it, actually broke all the way through. You can see this one kind of broke here. So this bracket, I smushed them a little bit to get the right angle. And so, you know, I'm just gonna put 3 in here. That way it holds this piece sturdy. This is just a cover anyways, and then I'm going to put carpet over here so you're not going to be able to see any of the bolts or any of that. So that's what I'm doing to this piece and the other one that's going to go on the back. Alright, so here's the trunk setup so far. So this is the pieces that I made here for the back. And so, you know, like I talked on the other videos, this is gonna cover back here. It's just so it looks nice, right? The way I made this piece is, this is one of the templates. So this template is the one that goes back here. That's gonna be here, actually. Might be this way, yeah. So this is what I used, and actually this might be that side, but anyways, I used cardboard, you know, put a piece of cardboard where I wanted it, traced it, and then traced the piece of wood there. I did the same thing back here, so I put the piece of cardboard I folded the cardboard here on top, you know, transfer it to this material. And I showed you guys earlier where I put these brackets. That way this piece is kind of more fixed to the front. This one, when I kind of folded it, it didn't break. The other one did break all the way. But with these brackets, the bolts are they're kind of like a flat bolt, so you can't see them with the carpet. But that's pretty much how I did all these pieces. So I have this piece over there. I still need to wrap it in carpet. You know, so make your template. This is going to be for over here and all that. So use cardboard, you know, make your template, cut it wherever you think, and then once you're happy with it, you can use tape to hold them in place, then transfer it to the wood. Anyways, so I got this piece in here, got these brackets, like I showed you guys earlier. Got the bottom piece here all done. I still need to bolt it down, so I have the holes here. Just the bolts I had weren't long enough. But if you see on my toolbox, no, not my toolbox, speaker box, I put a couple of bolts there. So this is fixed to the floor of the trunk. This is not going nowhere. That's the same thing that was going to be for this piece of wood. I just don't want it to really move. And that's going to go right into the piece of the trunk where the frame runs. It's not going to hit nothing underneath. So keep that in mind. You know, don't just go and throw in screws there. This little bracket, so I bolted them to the bottom piece. I bent them a little bit more because this is going to be a little bit more of an angle. If you see the piece over here, this one is straight, so this little bracket is straight up. Those pieces, I'm going to bolt it here. I'm also going to attach one of these brackets here to the end of this one to bolt the pieces on the side. And then this piece here, it's going to be also, I'm going to put a little screw right into this pinch weld here to bolt it down. So that's where that's going to hold on to. Again, it's just to make it look nice. Obviously, if I shove something crazy, it's wood, right? It's not going to, you know, it probably won't break easy, but it's not going to hold things in place. So anyways, with that said, you know, I got my pilot holes here. I lined up where this was going to be and then just marked it where the holes are. So to put this in here, I just have to line it up here on top, make sure it's all the way in. I gotta look underneath, see where the holes are. Hopefully you can kind of see, but you'll see the little bolts kind of coming through. And so the bottom's moving because I don't have it bolted down. But I got these little nuts here that are nice cap nuts. And I might just paint them black once I'm done. But as you see, I mean, this is what you're going to see on the inside of the trunk when you open it. So if I paint them black, then you won't be able to see them that stand out. But as you can see, this is pretty much here in place. That's how the trunk is going to start looking, right? So now I'm going to have my subs, my amp, and then this is going to be covering here all the back, you know, the harness, everything. Filler neck. I'm gonna have the piece here and here, so really you're just gonna see nice black piece, you know, black square. That's gonna look nice. I can put my small luggage there, couple groceries, nothing crazy. You know, not a lot of trunk space, but obviously if you don't have a speaker box, you can make a piece of wood go all the way back and just have a really nice big trunk space, and that looks really nice. So what I'm gonna what I'm gonna do next is finish putting the other piece here. I have to put the little bracket here on this side, and then that way I can put my side pieces and it'll be all finished. All right, so here is the finished product. So as you can see, I put the little covers just to cover that piece there. So now, I mean, you know, it just looks all finished. I have the trunk space. Now, if I didn't have the nitrous bottle, I mean, this is a pretty good amount of trunk space. It's about, you know, the size of the new edge here. Probably a little bit smaller because of the, you know, the piece that goes underneath. But I do have some subs in there, so it's about the same. But it just looks nice. I mean, you know, you pop the trunk and it's just, you don't see all the crevices and all the, you know, the fuel tank and everything. So everything is covered. Now you can buy a kit that's similar to this. I think it's about $800 or more. And I don't know how those kits are. They're probably made out of like ABS plastic. You know, they might be, I'm sure they're nicer because you're spending quite a bit more money. But, you know, if you just want to spend probably, I'm going to say I probably spend $40, $60, maybe $100 in the materials here. Plus my labor. So that's where it comes in. If you do it yourself, it's not bad. You're going to pay someone a couple of days of labor, then that's going to be more expensive. So anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys liked the trunk setup. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.